guys, my name is Leslie and I'll be dropping a video here today. I know it's been a while since I made one, and so in this video today we're going to be discussing how we can get in data from a PostgreSQL server and analyze and visualize on Microsoft Excel. uh, I've had difficulties for a while, getting the connector where we could get data from our Postgres server while I was working on Excel, but I found a solution, and I'm going to share that with you today. So this is the table that we're going to be working with. You can see the name of the table is patient data, and I have not created this file yet. I've not run it yet. So this is Visual Studio Code, and this is what it looks like. Now I'm going to quickly go into my Postgres server. So command prompt, and I will connect to my Postgres server. So psql and my user, so the user is going to be Postgres, which is the super admin, and then the password. And once I do that, I'm going to be connecting, or rather I'm already connected into my Postgres like default database, right? So what I'm going to do is I would get in this file into this database. So it means that the table is going to be contained within this database. Now first of all, I'll need to find out where the directory of this table is. So I have it right here, which is patient data. I'm going to copy as path, and once I copy as path, I put in my / and I to execute the file. Right now I take away the inverted comma and I make it the single inverted comma, and then I add another / to the already existing / just few modifications to the code, and then I press enter, and then it runs. Now once it is complete, I'll need to confirm that the data properly got into the table. So what I'll do is first of all, I'll need to see the table that is in there. So the table is actually called patient data, so I didn't have any errors while I was bringing the data in. Then I also want to see the columns that are present within the table, so patient data, and then once I do that, I have my patient ID, first name, and the rest of them. So I also want to see if there is any data within this table, so I'll just select all from patient data, and then I'm going to limit the record to, let's say, 5, and when I execute, I have some data in there, right, as you see on my screen. Now next, I'm going to head over to Microsoft Excel, and where I'm going to be carrying out the analysis, right? So apparently I was able to get an ODBC, so it's a connector, like an add-in that can allow you connect from Excel to Postgres SQL server without any issues or seamlessly. So if you go to devart.com / Excel add-in and the rest of them, you're going to see this particular add-in, and I downloaded this and I've installed it on my system. So I'll keep the link in my video, so you could go there and download this. So if you open your Excel file, so apparently I do not have that particular add-in right here showing. So what I want to do is to check. I'll go to my options and go to add-ins, and here it is actually, and it is under the com add-in. So what I'll do is I'm going to click on the com add-in and I'll click on go. Now apparently it's checked, but I'm going to uncheck it and then I'll click OK. So I'll repeat the process again. So go to options, go to my add-in, go to the com add-ins, and I click on go again, and I'm going to check the Devart Excel add-in and I'll click OK. Now once I do that, I should have it okay, so show right here. So it's showing me at this point. What I'll do is I'm going to click on get data. Okay, so So I'll click on get data, and then you see it's connected to my Postgres database, but I'll need to put in the host. So the host is going to be my local host because it's connected on my PC, and then the ID is going to be the username, which is for me is Postgres. It's going to ask for the password, so I'll put in my password. And then it's also going to ask for the database I want to connect to, so which is Postgres, which is the database that holds the patient's data table, right? So once I do all that, I can test the connection. Alright, so it shows that it has successfully connected, and I'll click on next. Now once I do that, I don't see anything right here. Okay, so I can click on patient data, and yeah, so I can just leave it. I don't need to do anything, or I can come in here and write my tables, and then write my queries rather, right? And then I'll just click on finish. Now once I do that, it's going to get the records into your Excel spreadsheet. Now you have to ensure that if your data is more than 1 million and maybe for something thousand rows, you may need to limit the data that you bring in, or so you don't have any issues getting the data into Excel. So it's already named, and it's currently a table. So what I'll just want to do is carry out maybe a brief quick analysis, right? So what do we have here? We have our I'll just move this a little and make this a little smaller. Alright, so we have our patient ID, the first name, last name, email, phone number, gender, state, age, and diagnosis. Now quickly want to just create like create a pivot table, right? So I'll just insert my pivot table, and I'll click OK, so I can see all the gender. Oh my goodness, so we have all this. Alright, so mind you, this was a data I generated using Macro, so you might have a lot of fictitious information here. Alright, so if we have this, let's place this on value, so you can see that these are all the genders, right, that were recorded, right, and the number of patients within that particular gender. So I'll just format this, reduce the decimal places, and if I want to see by state, right, so always I would prefer you use the tabular form in this case now, right? So I'll just copy and then paste, and I'll take out gender and select state, so I have all by state. Now so for diagnosis, I can group it either by the diagnosis. So the key here is, let me spread this. The key here is you need to be able to know which is your numerical or categorical data, or should I say qualitative or quantitative data. Now because your categorical data is going to serve as the dimension that you use to should I say split the data within your table, as it were. So right now I can decide to split it by first name, last name, because these are all categories, right? So I have lots of dimensions here, lots of categorical data. Now once that is done, then I can go ahead and visualize my data. Now that's how you can quickly bring in data from your Postgres SQL Server database into Microsoft Excel. I hope this video was helpful, and thank you, and have a great day.